Hey guys, what's up people? Welcome to the session. I hope all of you guys are doing good. What is up? What is up? A very warm good evening to all of you guys. This is probably the first time I'm coming live at this point of time. I never generally, take sessions at this point of time. It's good to see you all. How is it going, people? How was your day so far? What has it been like? Yeah, all awesome. Let me just, do a couple of adjustments, guys, because I just finished up one of my sessions. Yo, what's up? Hello, hi, Ujjwal ji, what's up? Hi, Bhargavi, what's up? Welcome, people, welcome. How are you guys doing? This is the first time, a lot of first times today. I'm taking 2 back-to-back live sessions on YouTube today, and I'm coming live for the first time at 7:30 in the afternoon. The evening, which never really happens. So good to see you all. I hope you guys are all doing good, taking care. Hi, Niveda, what's up? Welcome. Hi, what's up? All right. So, anyways, guys, a very warm welcome to all of you guys out there. I hope all of you guys are doing good, because today we're gonna make your day better, because we all know that exams, when it comes to term 2 examination, numericals are a very big part of it, right? Especially electricity chapter, there are tons and tons of numericals, and it's a very important aspect of it. There's no denying it. You need to solve your numericals. You need to know how to do your numericals. Now, the everyday thing is this, that you need to remember the formula, practice numericals, and get the answer. This is what I would say that you're supposed to do. But what else can you do during your examination? 5 easy steps that can help you correct your silly mistakes that you end up doing, because especially in mathematics and physics, you end up making all these silly mistakes, which costs a lot towards the end of your, when you get your results. It ends up becoming something very big, very massive. So I'm going to tell you a few things that can help you to reduce that, to reduce the amount of mistakes that you make, and few things that can help you boost your score, because at the end of the day, numericals will help you to boost that score of yours. If you are aiming to score 95% and above, this is something which should definitely focus on. So here are the 5 5 steps, people. Now I'll tell you what, these steps are not something brand new that I plucked out from heaven and made it into sweet little apple juice that I'm feeding you, people. It's not that. That is not the case here. It is these are things that you already know of, but these forgotten it during the time, or probably you start taking things for granted, and you end up making those errors even though you know what the truth is. So I'm going to tell you a few things that can help you to correct those mistakes. All right, so without wasting much more time, people, let's get into the topic, shall we? Can I get an in the chat box? Hi Sharius, go ahead. What's up? Hi Margaret. All of them are for regular sessions. Hi Karthik, what's up? How are you doing now? Welcome guys. Alright, so without wasting much more time, people, I'm going to get into the topic for today. So here is the first thing for today. See guys, the first step I want to tell you is this: focus. Absolutely. And I'm like, sir, what? You should like, it's not necessary that you should come and tell us to focus. We know we have to focus. I know that you know. What I'm trying to say is that I also know that what you know is to focus. All right. So the thing is, people, when I say trying to focus is basically, people, is that when you're given a numerical, sometimes you would have probably noticed that you tend to think that I know this question. And you fill in the whole blanks without even actually reading the rest of the question. You don't really pay attention to the smaller details, like maybe the values might be, something that you've seen in your exams, something that you've seen in your textbook or something like that, but they would have changed the units. These smaller details are very, very important. So please make sure while you're doing your numericals, you correct yourself and don't take things for granted. When you're seeing a numerical, don't assume already that I know the solution for this, I can easily do it. Don't go for that, because Every time you do that, you end up making some or the other silly mistake, and that will end up costing you a lot, because while you're giving your examination, it's very easy for you to go wrong. There's like a billion things that can go wrong, especially while you're giving your exams. So try to focus on the while you're reading the question properly, and if possible, try to visualize the situation. For example, in a certain question, let's say magnetic effect of electric current, they're asking you to find out the direction of the induced current. All right, they're asking you to find out the direction of the induced current. So when you're asked questions like that, please make sure that you visualize it, understand it, try to imagine the 3D aspect of it, if possible, try to do some small rough diagram or some sort of sketch, so that you get a clear picture of what is being asked in the question. And once you're done with that, once you visualize the concept, then try to understand from which aspect of your concepts are they asked, or are these topics asked from? Is it from Fleming's right-hand rule? Is it from Fleming's left-hand rule? Are they talking about Ohm's law? Are they talking about Joule's law of heating? So try to understand that later. First thing, you need to visualize the concept, the question. Then try to figure out the answer by finding out which concept the question is asked from. Then finally, people, make sure that you do the proper calculation. Make sure that you write, make sure that all the units are same. All of these, again, simple tips. Again, these are all very, very simple tips and not something brand new. But these are the mistakes that we end up making while we are giving our exams. So please make sure that you guys do that. Visualize the concept first, whatever the question is, visualize it in your mind, what the question is being, or what is asked in the question. Then try to identify the concept from which this question is asked. And finally, substitute, make sure that all the units are same, and then substitute the values and get the answer. Second tip I would say is this, people, quantify your mental problems of the image. Now, what do I mean by quantify the mental problems? What I'm trying to say is, people, if in a certain question you feel a diagram is something which is definitely necessary for you to understand it a little better, then please go ahead. I know it might take a little longer. It might take 2 to 3 minutes extra, but that 2 to 3 minutes is going to be well worth it, because you are going to be avoiding all these silly mistakes. So whatever question it is, try to quantify it. Quantify in the sense, try to draw the rough diagram, write down all the symbols, all the units of it, write down that. In other words, write down the given data. Every time you see a question, write down the given data. Because why I'm telling you this is, people, the majority of our problems is that we end up directly putting down the formula and directly getting the answer. If in case the final answer is wrong, then you will not get any marks for that question at all. If in case for some reason your calculation turns out to be a little wrong, little off, then you will end up making all of those, whatever effort you've put in, it'll all go in vain. So instead, what you can do is try to do it by steps. First, write down the given data. All right, first write down the given data. This is the first step. Every numerical, I always follow this. Write down the given data. Then write down what is being asked. What is the question? Like, for example, if they're asking for voltage, then write that down. This is what is being asked. After that, write down all the formulas that you're going to use in that particular question. If possible, draw the diagram also. For example, if they talk about a circuit diagram, draw the circuit diagram once again, because that would actually help you to visualize the concepts and help you understand much more better. And finally, substitute the values and get the answer. So in this manner, when you do it, even if you make a couple of mistakes, for example, the final answer is wrong, you will still, if it's a 5-mark question, you will still end up getting at least 3 to 4 marks. At least 3 to 4 marks to pakka you'll be getting. Why? Because you've written down all the steps, only the final answer is wrong. Make sure that your substitution is right, everything else is right. At least you'll be able to get 3 to 4, basically it is half the mark to pakka you'll be getting from that question, if in case you end up making some mistakes in your final exams while you're doing the calculation part of it. So for that, it is important to quantify it, in the sense, write down the diagrams if you have some, symbols that you're, any special symbols that you're going to use that also. And yes, identify what you're supposed to find out in that question. Like I told you, the given data and what you're supposed to find out, write that down, because the teacher will also understand that you understand the question. It'll be much more easier for the invigilator to correct the paper as well, because ultimately, guys, the board exam is not corrected by your school teachers, they won't have the same level of patience as your school teachers because they don't know you, right? They are supposed to correct 150 to 200 papers a day, so they will be in a hurry to finish it off as fast as possible. And in order for making their life easier and to make your life also easier, so that you don't end up losing marks for all these silly mistakes, please make sure that you write it very cleanly, very organized, so that you don't make, even if it is wrong, you will still end up getting good amount of marks for that question. The third thing is, people, turn the concepts into maths. Absolutely. Why? Because ultimately the numericals, when it comes to it, it is nothing but math. So please remove this thought that physics is just physics is theory. I just need to understand the theory, that's all. No, because at the end of the day, when it comes to numericals, it's nothing but math itself. So you need to remember all the equations, you need to remember all the units, you need to have a proper plan of how to approach the question. So once you read the question, once you have written down all the given data, once you've found out what you're supposed to find in that question, the next thing you need to do is formulate a plan. How do you approach that question? Because see guys, the fact is, it's not that it's not that every day they are it's not that while you're solving a numerical, it's not that every question that you come across is going to be direct, right? It's not that every question that you come across is going to be very straightforward, direct substitution and get the answer. That's not going to be the case, because while you're solving numericals, when you see all these different types of questions like HOTS questions and all, the higher order thinking questions and all, which will come in your exams and all that would be a lot more harder. It would require more number of steps, more substitution, more calculation and stuff like that. So you need to have a proper plan in the back of your head to to know how to approach that question. I know. Again, these are simple tips. I'm not saying that this is something brand new or something that is really amazing and all, but what I'm trying to say is this, that when you remind yourself of all these small things, you will actually not make the same mistakes that you've been repeating for a really long time. So it's all about that. It's about avoiding your mistakes. And again, practice makes a man perfect. The more you practice, the more easier it gets. So you need to do this all at once. So again, people, while you're reading the question, give 100% attention to that. Don't just take it for granted. Once you read the question, write down the diagram if you have to, write down all the important formulas, the given data, what you're supposed to find out. And once that is done, then formulate in your mind what is the approach that you're going to take. Because the fact is, people, when you write down the given data, there are a lot of times while I am solving numericals itself, when you read the question, you might not understand anything. But while you write down the given data, you get a clearer picture of how to approach this. So make it a practice. Again, it's all about practice. So while you're doing your preparation for your term 2 examination, make it a practice to write down the given data every single numerical that you solve, so that it becomes very natural for you. You don't have to force yourself during your finals to write down the given data and give the answer. You can aramse do it by yourself, because your brain will be accustomed to it, and you'll without even you knowing, your brain will automatically get into that structure. So please practice it, because it's very important that you do. When you do it, again, even if you do not know how to approach that question, you'll get some ideas also as to how to do it a little better. The second last thing is execute the plan, because ultimately you can make all the plan in the world, and if you don't do it, if you don't put it in the equation and don't do the calculation part, there's no point in it at all. So write on the formulas, put on the values, and while you're writing down the values, make sure that all the units are in the same. For example, if you're talking about SI units, you have to make sure that all the units are exactly in SI unit itself. If you're talking about CGS, then go with all of them should be in CGS unit itself. Do not make it such a way that one is in SI, the other is CGS, because this would definitely give you the wrong answer. You need to make sure that all the units are in the same, all the units are same. If you're going with SI unit, everything should be in SI unit. If you're going with CGS, then go with everything should be in CGS itself. But make sure that you practice it, because again, guys, this is where majority of you guys go wrong. You might, again, the biggest problem is you don't read the question properly. You think that the question is very easy, very simple, very straightforward, and you put it down. But at the same time, you're not worried about the units of it. And when that does not, when it does not happen, when you don't do that, you definitely end up making these small mistakes, and you lose all your marks. All right. So make sure that you do this one as well. All right, people. I'm hoping that I'm not putting you all to sleep. Are you guys able to understand everything, people? All good. OMG, what Menti will I have today? Nah? We'll have Menti on Antakshari. What else can I have Menti on? We can have Menti on Antakshari if you want. That's all. Or name the states. Unfortunately, this is a general session, so no Menti. All right. Unfortunately, no. Like I told you, we can play Antakshari if you want. Alright, so that is basically the fourth tip, people. The last and the final tip for the day is this, and that is basically, guys, evaluate your answers. Tell me honestly, how many of you guys, okay, you guys have your pre-boards coming up. You guys are generally, I'm guessing that you guys are doing your pre-boards right now, you're giving your pre-boards right now. Tell me honestly, how many of you guys, after finishing off the paper, went back and read through the answers? At least once. At least one question paper, one answer sheet. Did you go back and read the answers? At least once. Do you do that? How many of you guys did? Okay, when was the last time that you did it? Let me ask you that question. When was the last time that you guys actually did that? Today was the science pre-board, Bhargavi. How was it? Did you do that? See, that is the thing, guys. That is what I'm trying to tell you. See, in order for you to do that, you need to be able to manage your time better. Time management during your exam is very important. See, I'll tell you this. In order for you to manage your time better during your exam, you need to practice more and more questions. The more questions you practice, the better time management skills you'll have. So you will not have to waste your time on a particular question. Now, what I would suggest you to do is this, that if your exam is for 1.5 hours, 1 hour 30 minutes, what I would say is try to finish off the paper in the first 1 hour 15 minutes. You need to do that. Why? Because the last 15 minutes that you have is the time for you to correct your mistake. You need to go back and read through all the answers and correct each and every mistakes. Because people, I'll tell you this, honestly, I'm telling you this, that this step that you have, to this last 15 minutes that you have, that is by far one of the most crucial time that you have. Because again, if your aim is just to pass, then chill. But if you really want to score good in your finals, which I'm pretty sure every one of you guys do, I don't think anyone is here who wants this mediocre score. I just want that. If I get passing mark, I'll thank all the gods in the world. I'll give one packet of milk to gods, and I will also follow my parents' legs and ask them for a PS5. Yeah, is there anyone who's like that? So just pass is more than enough. That itself is more like more than enough. I don't think anyone is like that. No, I'm pretty sure every one of you guys want to do good. You guys want to score good marks, right? In order to achieve that, in order for you to score good marks, when I say good marks, it could be 90%, 85%, whatever that is. If you guys want to score good marks, then your intention has to change. Your way of outlook has to change. That means you need to finish off the paper at least 15 minutes before and read through the answers once again. Read through it, and because when you read through the answers once again, whatever silly mistakes you have made, you can correct it. More importantly, I don't know if you ever noticed this before, sometimes while you're doing the answer, while you're reading the question, or while you're approaching the question, you might not get the answer. But the same question, when you come back home and read it, even without talking to anyone, when you come back home and read it, you immediately, your flashlight in your brains would work, and you know that, oh, this is what I should have done. This is what I should have done, right? Has it ever happened to you before? Like in your exam, while you are giving the exam, you're not able to show, you're not sure like how to approach it. You're clueless. But then when you come home and when you read your question paper once again, or when you talk to your friends, you suddenly realize that it was actually a very simple question and you could have easily done it by using these simple methods. See guys, that's what I'm going to tell you. While you're giving your exam, sometimes it happens that you might not get the answer for that particular question while you're writing it. But that does not mean that your brain is not smart enough to answer it. Your brain might know it. It's just that during that time, it might be preoccupied with other thoughts. So what I would suggest you to do is, the last 15 minutes that you have, whatever question you were not able to answer, the last 15 minutes of your time, this should be reserved for that, for attempting the questions that you have missed out and for going through all the answers that you've already written. And again, it comes with time management. How do you do it better? previous year question papers, practice your previous year question papers, take a previous year question papers, take one previous year question paper, give yourself exactly 1 hour 30 minutes, write, practice electricity and magnetism alone, solve only questions of that. If you talk about physics, solve only questions of that. Try to become better like that. That way, when you solve more and more questions, you will understand how to manage your time better in the class or in your examinations, and that way you would be actually, more more well equipped to answer your questions without having to worry whether you'll have enough time at the end of the exam to go back and read these answers or not. All right, people. So what I would like to say is that. All right. So that's it, people. That is all for today. Those are the 5, important tips I want to give you guys. But yes, if you guys need more help from our side, if you want more help, more, questions from our side, we are taking sessions on the platform as well, guys. So you can join those platform sessions as well. Right now, at this point of time, we have Drona batch going on. As you guys already know, Drona is basically the revision batch for all of you guys out there. So this particular Drona batch is for you guys who are looking for revision plans, who really want to revise but you're not really sure how to approach it or what is the way to go about it. So what you have to do is very simple, guys. Go to the description of the video. Thank you. She's astonished because after looking at me. So what you have to do is this, people. Go to Udan for class 9th. For class 10th, it's Drona. So this is for the class 10th examination. So exam preparation for term 2 examination. If you guys want, you can enroll into these courses. This would have all the amazing features of Vedantu, that is live notes and assignments, full revision of the entire syllabus of all the 6 subjects: physics, chemistry, bio, math, English, social science, all 6 subjects. And you'll also be getting subject-wise tests for each and every subject with 30 plus live sessions. And guess who the teachers are? Teachers are people: Amrit Sir, Amit Sir, Anubhav ma'am, Ankana ma'am, Abhishek Sir, and Harsh Priyam. These are the amazing set of teachers who would be teaching you guys. All the 6 musketeers, 6 musketeers or 6 amazing personalities are going to be the ones who will be teaching you. So it'll be an amazing experience for you people, and you'll actually get to enjoy and learn and revise your entire syllabus. And all of this, people, until the end of your exams is going to be for 2,970 rupees, and that is after the 10% discount if you use my coupon code AMEPRO. Now, if in case you want more discounts, you can actually go for MobiKwik or Amazon Pay. You get 15% discount for Amazon Pay, and MobiKwik gives you about 10% off discount over there as well. All right, so that's pretty much it, people. That is all about today's session. And yes, if you guys are looking for a revision plan, do not wait for anything any longer. It's already end of Feb. You have 2 months left, not 2, around 1.5 months is what is left out. So utilize this time, start your preparations. But yes, these classes will be going on until the end of your exams with 30 plus live sessions. So it'll definitely help you with your preparations. All right, so that's it for today, people. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm like that kid now. You know that this kid who went viral. I'm becoming like that kid now. Okay, anyways, so like, share, subscribe, people. That's all. Okay, so if you have any doubts, I'll try to clear it up right now. If you have any doubts, anything that you would like to ask me, because anyways, the session is, I have about 7 minutes time. So if you have any general doubts that you want to ask me, please do not hesitate. You can ask me right now. It's like a Q&A panel right now. Q&A session. Yes, Shaurya ji. We'll meet at 9 o'clock again. Sure, Khadija, thank you. So sometimes I get confused how lengthy a question to write, and it wastes my time. Okay, see, Akanksha, that is what I'm trying to tell you. So you look at the past year question papers. When you look at your past year question papers, you would see there are 2 things that you can do. First of all, understand that in your past year question papers, there are certain questions which have been asked for 5 marks. There are a few questions which have been asked for 3 marks. So you will get an idea that how much you have to answer for a 5-mark question and how much you have to answer for a 3-mark question. But in order to take it one step further, what I would say is, if you go on YouTube, you'll find lots of, answer sheet of YouTube, answer sheets of toppers, topper answer sheets. All right. Topper answer sheets. All right. Go through those answer sheets. I'm telling you why, people. Because when you go through those answer sheets of toppers, you will clearly understand how they have approached a certain question. If it's a 5-mark question, what is the kind of approach that they've taken? If it's a 3-mark question, what is the kind of approach that they've taken? And those things would definitely help you with your, will help you to give you a clear idea of how much is expected from you and how much you have to answer according to that. Because at the end of the day, people, your marks, according to your marks, you have to answer. You cannot just sit and waste, write for 5 lines if it's a 2-mark question. There's no point in writing 5 lines for 2-mark question, because at the end of the day, it's a 2-mark question. They'll give you 2 marks. There's no point whether you write it in 5 lines or 10 lines. It doesn't really matter. There's no point in beating around the bush. Keep it straight, because you have a very short period of time. And if you do questions of chemistry, physics, as well as biology, right? And I would say that chemistry and physics would take a lot of time, not biology as such, because in biology it's more of theory, but in chemistry you have a lot of equations, and in physics you have a lot of numericals. So you need to plan your 1 hour 30 minutes properly so that you guys can utilize it really well. Otherwise it will become very difficult for you to manage your time. So please make sure that you do that. All right, love you guys too. I love you guys too. Yes, Rose, I'll be here at 9 o'clock. All right, any other doubts, guys? Any other doubts? Anything that you would like to ask me, please let me know. Unfortunately, I couldn't see any of your chats until now. Honestly speaking, I could not see any of your chats. I'm just seeing your chats right now. Right now is when I'm seeing your chats. Until now, I thought nobody's, I couldn't see any of your chats at all. Hi, Akanksha. All right. So try that out. Try, just go through the toppers wala paper. Go through 2 or 3 toppers wala paper. You'll understand how they have approached a certain question. That'll give you a clear idea. All right. Hi, Jashmita. What's up? What's up? How are you doing? Long time no see. Namaste, Kasturi. What's up? Sorry. Kasukriti. So sorry, Kasturi. I'm very good at changing names like this. I'm really sorry. All right. So day 4 yesterday was my test. Arey, congrats, Malikarjun. 86. Well done, buddy. Well done. Thank you, Jasmita. Love you guys too. It's all because of you guys. So now pre-finals khatam ho gaya. Arey, nice. How was it, Pranit? Was it good? Hi, Black. What's up? If you have, by the way, people, tomorrow there's an amazing session as well. Tomorrow there'll be a mentee war between, it's Pranit. I'm sorry. I'm very bad at pronouncing name for some reason. Okay. So by the way, guys, tomorrow we have an amazing session. It's going to be a fun session, super fun session, because tomorrow we have a battle against Vedantu 9th and 10th Hindi channel. All right. It's going to be like the battle of titans. The wrath of titans, or that Thanos versus the whole Avengers wala fight. It's going to be like that. All right. So we're going to have a proper mentee war tomorrow. So get ready for that. We'll have an amazing session. All teachers from 9th and 10th Hindi and all teachers from 9th and 10th English is going to be there. Pretty much all the teachers, because generally we have sessions also at that time. So around 7 o'clock is the session. So do join us and, take part in the quiz as well. Let's see how it goes. So I get scared after seeing the long question banks, and then I'm not able to learn it, as it looks very scary. See, okay. Very reasonable thing. What I would like to say is this, that see, read that once. Read it once. Don't try to buy heart it or anything. Don't try to buy heart it. When you're looking at these long answer questions, just read it once. And what I would say is, write it in your own words. Write it in your own words. In your own free words, write it down. All right. There is no need for you to write down or copy paste the exact thing that is there in your, that is given over there. There's no need for you to copy paste it. Write it in your own words. Read it, understand it. There is no need for you to by heart it. Read it, understand it, and then write it in your own words. This is what I used to do. Again, even I use also one such category. If there's a long answer, especially in history, civics, so if it's really long, I just skip it. But that is something that you can easily avoid. Just read it once. Try to understand in your own words, in your own language, whatever language you're comfortable in. Understand it, then write it in your own words. It'll be a lot more easier then. It'll be a lot more easier, and more importantly, you don't have to worry about what. So see, the thing is that you need to, once you understand something, you will not forget it. All right. The problem is when you try to by heart it. I don't know about you guys. For me, whenever I by heart, for example, imagine I have an exam tomorrow, and I sit and by heart everything today. The minute I walk out of my exam hall, I would have forgotten half of it. Has it ever happened to you people? For me, though, it just happens. If in case I have, what to say, if I have some, examination and I've not understood it, I've just by hearted it, by the time I walk out my exam hall, I would have forgotten half of it. And this is the difference between understanding and by hearting stuff, people. Try to understand it, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell this again, guys. Your outlook towards exams has to change. In the sense, exams are not there to judge you, guys. Please understand that. Exams are not there to judge you. It is not there to judge how good you are, how bad you are, whether you'll be successful in life, whether you're going to be a failure in life. No. Exams are there only for one and one reason. That is to test your knowledge. That's it. Nothing else. If you change your outlook towards exam, no, everything would automatically change. Understand that this one sheet of paper is not, see, again, I'll keep saying this over and over again, that just because you get 99% in 10th standard does not mean you'll have an awesome life ahead. Just because you get 70% in your examination does not mean you'll have a hopeless life ahead. No. Please understand that. All right. Your life, how it's going to be, is not dependent on, whether you're scoring 90% or 95%. Honestly, that is not what it's dependent. I'm not saying that exam is not important, people. Please don't take it in the wrong sense. I'm not saying that exam is not, so Anoop Sir said that exam is not important. Balle, start jogging. Tell your parents, sir, no need to study anymore. Throw this book away because no, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is, please understand that there is no need for you to put yourself in extra pressure. All right. There's no need for you to put yourself in extra pressure, additional pressure than what's already there, and make your life even worse. All right. See, there's a saying by Gautam Buddha: worry about things that are under your control. All right. Worry about things that are under your control. Or let's say, don't worry about things that are not under your control, and don't worry about things which are not under your control. Because when something is under your control, you have a choice, you have an opportunity to correct it. For example, right now the choice is, what do you do with the next 1.5 months? That's a choice that you have. How you utilize it, that matters. But what you can't control is who's going to correct your paper, how the questions are going to be, how the weather on that day is going to be, how your mood is going to be, how your parents' mood are going to be. That is not something that you can control. So what is the point of worrying about it? Like, what are you going to get? If you worry about it, what are you going to get? Think about it. Ask yourself this question. What will you possibly get by worrying about it? So stop overthinking stuff. Focus on what you have. All right. There are a lot of things that gives you a lot of anxiety. But let exams not be that one. Because guys, from your LKG, UKG, you've been giving so many exams, right? From class test to unit test to final exam. How many tests have you given from LKG, UKG till 9th standard, till 10th standard final exam? Board exam to chodo, but till this one, till pre-boards, how many exams have you given? Can you just think about it? Can you just comprehend it? How many exams have you given? Small, big, surprise test, this test, that test. You have tons and tons of examination that is constantly going on. Your entire life has been to prepare you for this. So why worry? Just the word board exam. The word board exam is what is creating that fear. At the end of the day, it's an exam. And you've given lots of exams. So relax yourself, calm yourself down, think calmly, you'll get the answer. All right. Anyways, hi Raki. Arey, what's up? A long time no see. I know, Pari. I know. Exam is, see, the thing is that, you might see this right now. Let me ask you this. When you were in 8th standard, wasn't 8th standard exam the most toughest that you'd ever come across? When you were in 8th standard exam was the most toughest you'd ever come across. When you went to 9th standard board exam 9th standard final exam was the toughest exam that you came across. Let me ask you this question. If I ask you now, was 9th standard exam really that hard? Would you say yes? Hi Anshika, what's up? What's up? Oh Bhargavi, that I have tons. That requires an extra session for that. Alright, so anyways, my question is, people, if I were to ask you this question, that was 9th standard exam the most toughest that you'd ever come across? No, it's not. And when you go to 11th standard, 10th standard exam also would seem easier. It's all relative. Getting it, just like how motion is relative, exam toughness is also relative. It seems like that at that point of time, but it's actually not, people. Please understand. Alright. So again, it's all about outlook towards your exam. How do you change your outlook towards the exam? If your exam, see, when you think about exam, if you think about, oh, exam means headache, I have to wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, I have to go to the school. If this is your outlook, then no matter what you do, it'll come out to be like this. But if your outlook towards exam is different, then it's an opportunity to prove yourself, it is an opportunity to test your knowledge. If you change your outlook towards your exam, it's not easy, definitely not easy. But when you change that outlook, the way that you approach your exam differs. See, attitude matters, people. Attitude definitely matters. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you're studying something, for example, let's say that you're studying physics. Let's say you're studying physics. Sometimes it so happens that when you're studying something, you'll not understand at that time. Has it ever happened to you? Like, let's say that you're studying at 9 o'clock, you take out your book and you start to read something, but you're not able to understand it. But if you sleep and wake up in the morning the next day, the same thing, in that 1 hour or, in that 6 hours of sleep, you've not done anything extra. But when you wake up and read the same topic again, you understand it better. Has it ever happened to you? It has happened to me like a billion times. Now that's the thing, guys, because when you wake up in the morning, your brain is fresh. You don't think about all the other problems and stuff. You're not worried about anything else. You're focusing on only one thing, and that is to understand the topic. And that's exactly what you should do. You need to get a fresher outlook on exam. The fresher the outlook, the less stressed you feel about exams. All right. Thank you, Shashwataji. I was explaining about examinations, Yuvika. So what is the best support material according to you? Support material, I would say just go with your NCERT. NCERT is more than enough. But apart from that, if you want some extra questions and all, you can try out some extra, you can, try Tattva books. That is also really good. You can also, find lots of free material out there. So I'm pretty sure you'll easily able to get lots of free material for absolutely free, and you can actually, solve some questions. Solve the previous year question papers. Previous year, do not miss it out. Mock test papers, take as many mock tests as possible from whichever subject it is, take as many mock tests as possible, PYQs. And apart from that, NCERT, read your NCERT thoroughly. Your NCERT should be like, you should know it left, right, center. You should know everything about it. All right. So which is effective for learning from books or learning from videos? See, Parmeshwar, I'll tell you this, it doesn't matter. Whether it's videos or learning from books, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, whether you're watching videos or whether you're reading your book, how much time are you spending by yourself matters. How much time are you spending by yourself with your notebook? That matters. Self-study is by far the most important thing. See, videos are there to make it easy for you to understand. All right. For example, when you read a certain topic, you might not be able to visualize it. For example, let's say the working of a DC motor, you're not able to visualize it. That can be understood by watching a video, because there's a complete visualization given. But along with that, your self-study is by far the more important thing. There is no point in sitting and watching 12 hours a day, videos 12 hours a day or 16 hours a day. At the end of the day, how many hours are you spending with your notebook, with your textbook? That matters. It's not about whether you're watching videos or whether you're reading the textbook. All right, that is what you need to focus on. Hi, Shrita. Yes, that only what's it. So please share the important questions for gravitation, work, and energy. Oh, yeah, sure. Buddy, don't worry. Don't worry. Hi, Shazia, what's up? How you doing? All right, so that is what I would like to say. So then, should we do every class in 2 years as well as finally? So then, should we do every class in 2 years, as we will find it easy? No, I'm not saying that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. What I'm trying to say is this. It's all relative. What I'm trying to say is that it's all relative. See, when you pass your 10th standard, I'll just tell you one thing. You've met a lot of cousins and stuff. You have a lot of cousins in your family and stuff. You meet a lot of elders. You interact with your parents. Has anyone at least once in their life has told you that 10th exam was the most difficult part of my life? That was the most challenging part of my life. Has anyone told you this before? The 10th board exam was the most challenging part of your life, and it was something that I could not, that I could not do it at all. Has there anyone who you have come across in your entire life who has told this before? If you ask me, no. I've never heard anyone say this at all. right now you feel like 10th is the most biggest hurdle that you have. But the fact is, guys, when you go higher and higher, when you go to your 11th standard or 12th standard, or when you complete your engineering, you understand that all exams are doing to you is preparing you for life. Because the kind of problems that you're going to face in life is far more bigger and more complicated than any exam that you're going to write. It doesn't matter if it's JEE, NEET, it doesn't matter. Because life itself is a very big exam. And all of these tests are only preparing you for life. Alright? They're only giving you the tools that you need to face the challenges that you're going to face. Because trust me, guys, when I say this, that you will find challenges which are way, way more, challenging than your 10th standard board exam. Because your 10th standard board exam has an answer key. You know where the answer is going to come from. You know where the questions are going to come from. You know that if you prepare in the right manner, you can get it right. But life is not like that, people. Life does not have a handbook. There is no workbook. All right. So again, right now you might feel like it, but that is not the case. So relax yourself. Tell yourself it's all right. It's okay. Again, I'm telling you honestly, people. I know. What I'm trying to say is this. See, I have friends who have, who have scored 95% in their 10th standard board exam, 98% in their board exam, 95% in 12th standard, and almost 90% in their engineering and all that. And they're still looking for a job. 90% throughout their entire life. 95% and above through their entire life. They've maintained that, but they're still looking for a job. So please realize that it's not that your life is going to come to an end. All right. I know I'm talking too much, but what I'm trying to say is this. Relax yourself. All right. Relax yourself and tell yourself it's just another exam. That's all. All right. And give your best. All you have to do is that. Give your very best. That's it. Nothing else matters. All right. You can actually do it. You can start with your NEET preparations right away. But you should be, you should be ready to give in the next 2 years of your life. Honestly, 2 years, right? Because 11th and 12th for your 2024 NEET exam. If you're ready to do that, then please go ahead, start with your NEET preparations right away. If you're 100% sure you want to become a doctor, then please start with your preparations. The earlier you start, the better it is. If you're 100% sure about it. So ask yourself that question. All right. Thank you, Antara. So should we start? Yeah, you can absolutely do it. There's nothing wrong in it. All right. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you. So yeah, people, that's all for today then. I hope, I hope the session was helpful, at least in a little manner, at least a little, guidance. I hope I was able to give you guys. Hi, Asiya. What's up? Sugamano. Sir, what is that? What? I know. I'm not trying to scare you people. I'm just telling you the reality of life. I'm trying to tell you the reality of life. So it's not that your entire life hangs on this. I'm not saying that board exam is not important, people. It's very important. I'm not saying it's not. It is the first biggest hurdle that you're facing, the first biggest challenge that you're facing. There are a lot more things in life. Please realize that. So don't lose hope. Don't start worrying about how your life is going to be if you do bad. Don't. Your only intention right now, your only focus should be right now to do well. That's all. To do your best. To be the best version of yourself. That's all. Nothing else matters. All right. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day ahead. I hope the session was helpful. If it did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon as well so that you get notified of all the sessions that comes ahead. And I wish you guys all the very best of luck for your boards and do well. Take care. So one more leave. No, unfortunately, no, I don't have any riddles today. But yeah, next session also, I'll definitely give you guys some riddle. All right then, guys. Bye-bye. Let me know how today's session was in the comment section. And yes, tomorrow, the Maha Menti War is there. So join that. All right. Catch you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye. Adios. Arigato. Stay safe. Sayonara. And ciao. Bye. Take care. See you. Peace. Peace, people. Peace. Take care.